not older, but like an older audience, like the Facebook people who are on Facebook.
For different age targets.
Yeah. Like, I thought Love is Blind was very entertaining, and I mainly watched it because I was like, okay, my show's coming out next. Like, let's see what happens. Like, I was stalking the cast every day, and I was like, what kind of attention are they getting? Is it positive? Is it negative? I thought I was going to be the Jessica Batten for so long. I'm like, fuck.
Never say that again.
What?
Never say those words again.
No, I know, but that's what I thought. Like, I've seen things on TikTok, like, putting my face beside hers, and there's, like, spot the difference, and I'm like, rude.
What? You saw that?
Yeah, it was, like, my face and her face, and it was, like, spot the difference. I'm like,
Let's, like, the limit does not exist of how many differences there are.
Yeah, in her defense, she was drunk the entire time, so I feel for her.
You know what I'll tell you, though? I found it harder. Like, you know who I am, so, like, I guess something I'm known for is, like, reacting to like shows and doing that, and it got some traction with The Batchelor and like doing that and getting to go on podcasts, stuff like that. So I get calls or like interest around that a lot, but I found it kind of difficult harder to comment on your show. I think their show was so ridiculous. I almost see it as like you guys had to go from like here to like kind of relationships or like thinking about seriousness, and they were like so much further along in the like ready to get married line. But yeah, I don't know. I found it harder to comment. Not because it was almost because it was written already as memes, like all the voiceover clips, it was just well edited. So it's like the jokes were already there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was hard because like, it was kind of just like a joke, more like, I don't know. It was just like easier to laugh at. But those couples are still together.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Like, although, I mean, it's just funny to see like your TikTok versus like theirs, or like their coupley Instagram versus yours.
I think our cast was definitely different. Like, our cast was like 20 to 25.
Yeah.
And we're all like hooligans, and theirs were more like, I think they were all from Atlanta. They all had like normal jobs.
Like, yeah, like in your casting,
compared to ours, or like
in your casting, they literally, I know they asked you like they were getting like sexual and hookups, whatever. In theirs, like the criteria for yours was the elimination criteria for theirs.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
If you were only looking to hook up, you were out. If you're only looking to hook up, you were in your show.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Joey says that if he was straight, my friend Joey says if he was straight, he would date you. And I completely agree. Like, I appreciate female beauty of all kinds, but like, there's only a certain type of woman that I'm like, wait a minute, and I do a double take, and you are definitely that girl.
So sweet.
You really are. And it's like, I know that I think gays say that a lot, but like, it's actually 100% true. Like, there's just a small, but I don't want to tread on your man's toes, so I'm not going to say.
If you ever get curious, let me know.
Exactly. Holding you to that. I'm going to save this live and not have it. So yeah, that's cool about Love is Blind, and I agree that it's a little different. Someone said, I was thinking like girl on girl action with Hayley, right? Like episode 2 or 3. One, yeah, speaking of gay, thanks for repping us. Amazing. What was that like? Like, I don't really remember the inception of the idea. Like, what was that like? Do you regret it? What are your thinking around that moment?
No, I definitely don't regret the kiss with Hayley. That was like one of my funnest moments on the show. Like, they didn't show it, but there was like a few days before that was revealed to the group that we did that. So we had like a few days of just like, we were being so like, people would be talking in the plaza, and we would like crawl behind the wall and like listen. Like, we were being so sneaky, and it was like it was the most fun we had, because it was just a lot of fun. And Hayley's an amazing person. Obviously, she wasn't portrayed like too positively, but she is literally hilarious. And people who don't think she's funny are just like, I don't know, they're just don't have a sense of humor, because she's hilarious.
She has that super like, not dry. Is she dry? She's just like, it's deadpan humor. Like, she's just going to say it, and she doesn't care if you react or not. She's just going to say it. That's it.
The people on the cast were a lot meaner to us than you saw, so it was easy for her to do that, because they were just, like, hating on us hard. So
why, though? Like, what was the beginning of that? Was it because you clicked off?
We were just living our best lives, and they were like...
And they were not having it?
They were not having it, no, but no regrets. Like, we had a lot of fun, so...
Some people like write the longest questions, and I'm like, it needs to be like a 2-second question. So I'll ask a couple more, and then we can look through the people's questions as well. Is there anything like that comes up to mind, like that was like the best and worst moment? I know you've answered that, but like, was there something that we didn't see that maybe was the best moment?
Yeah, the best moment was like the night in the privacy suite with Harry, and then the worst moment was when um, the kiss was revealed to the group without Hayley and I. Definitely.
Oh, right. I don't know. I feel like that and your first kiss were so over dramatized, of course, but like, whatever, like, I think you were just the martyr because you were the first one, you know?
Oh yeah, the first kiss that him and I broke the rule.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't a good kiss. I didn't like that.
Where he just leaned over, like, on the daybed.
Yeah, we kind of just did it to do it. I don't really remember that moment. Like our very first kiss at the bonfire was amazing, but yeah.
Before the rules went into place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Okay,
watched.
yeah. And I know that what'd you say?
I rewatched that scene of him like leaning in to kiss me like 1,000 times. I'm so lame.
You know what's so sad is the chemistry that you guys had on the bed before you go to hear the rules for the first time is literally the most exciting. Like, I knew what that felt like. Like, I've been single for 15 years. But like, I knew exactly what that is. And I was like, oh, that's so sad. Because like, that's like the most fun time is like those first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah,
like
that's really
got you
true.
really
Like
good on that one.
I never really thought about it like that. Like it is really exciting when you first like start falling for someone and you can like do all these fun explorative things together. Make out every day, like make out so much your lips hurt, like, and we didn't have that. We had to like really emotionally like tap into like everything. So I feel like that's why we're so strong now, is because we literally, even though we broke the rules like all the time, like we formed that like crazy bond. So
Yeah. And I feel like they got lucky before we talk about him. Like, I feel like they got lucky because, and you guys got lucky and unlucky because, like, that is so rare that that's going to happen and cause so much good TV and drama. And then it
yeah,
happened with two couples there, you know, like, I feel
yeah,
like yours was more intense and more kind of farther along, but it happened with two couples. Like, one, no one could have had chemistry and been like, we don't want to sleep with each other. And
yeah,
two, like, there could have been no real connections formed, you know? So, like,
yeah.
and then the third option is everyone could have just said, fuck it, who cares about money? Let's all just fucking have an orgy every day.
Like what I
Is that what you was that a suggestion that you threw out there? Like, did that ever come
I
up that
think
we should
like
just
there was a
have
point where Sharon, Rhonda, myself, and Harry were like, yeah, fuck the rules, like let's just whatever. But that didn't end up happening. I think the producers were kind of like, maybe don't do that. Like, okay, like probably not a good idea. But there was a lot of people who didn't care about the rules, and there was a lot of people who like really cared about the rules. But again, like not everyone formed relationships, so it was easy for them not to lose any money because they had no one to lose money with.
Yeah. I mean, it seemed like also when people either left themselves, like were they just bored? Like,
Uh,
you know, I forget who left on their own accord. It was
oh, oh,
Matthew
no,
left on his
like
own accord. Like when people just left or like didn't seem into it, were they just bored and like they weren't falling in love? Why did they feel that
I
way?
think like Matt, there was a few times that like he just wasn't having a good time, and he was like really. I was stressing him out a lot. I guess he was like very concerned with me being a rule breaker. Like really stressing him out. He like didn't sleep with the group a few times. Like he was just like in a weird headspace, and I just don't think he wanted to be there anymore. He just like this isn't for me. Like it would hard to be the only person who cared about the rules and watch the rules and be like what am I here for? You know?
Listen, they can break the rules. They could have been jerking off every day in the shower. So I don't want to hear nothing.
That's true. There was cameras in the shower. There was cameras hanging down from the shower though, and the shower screen was like faded, but you could like kind of see. So I feel like
No,
if
but
there,
I'm saying like get revenge. Like if you're all mad, like then
that's what I did with Hayley.
exactly. I like that. So speaking of Harry, I know you said like that's what kind of makes your bond strong today. Obviously, I'm gagged and dying over the freaking photo shoots and the YouTube video. I think there's only 2 videos on the joint video.
Yeah,
YouTube. See, I'm a journalist. I do my research, of course. But like what I kind of have a sense of what's going on with that, right? Being like isolated from each other.